We sold a metric truckload of the 09 to 14 F-150 headlight from Morimoto over the last few years. So it kind of was obvious I needed to make this video. We're gonna compare the Morimoto XB, the old headlight that was the best at the time for your F-150, comparing it to the all-new Morimoto XB Evo Hybrid and the all-new XB Evo from Morimoto. Is it worth upgrading from that? In this video, we're gonna find out. Let's first dive into the light outputs. As you can see with your original XB housing, you have 3 LED projectors, and that is for your low beam. And then right below it, down here, it is a high beam, and it's a reflector-based high beam. It's not a projector, it's not a bi-LED projector. Now, the light output was very good. It was much better than even many of the headlights that we've tested on the market today. We did a full shootout where we compared 10 of these headlights to try to find the best. This still outperformed most of those that we ordered. As far as the new headlights go, we don't have 3 LED projectors, it's only 2 on the hybrid version or the Morimoto XB Evo version. However, they're extremely bright, and both of them are a dedicated low beam and high beam, so both of these have bi-LED projectors. But these ones have a lot more that you can just get more out of, like the supercharged drivers. These are only operating at about 50% brightness, but if you want to maximize that brightness, it won't be DOT compliant anymore, but you can get this additional SKU. It's a supercharged driver that you can remove your original driver from the headlight and slap it into this new headlight to give you a maximized brightness. You can do that on the hybrid version or the XB Evo version. With the Morimoto XB Evo, they took it just one step further and put some off-road pod lights inside of the headlight housing. So it's like a high beam assist. Now you do have to just plug in the little adapter on the backside to make them work, but once you do that, high beam is now insane. They use 2 Morimoto one-bangers as your high beam assist. Really gives you that punch of light down the road. So obviously it's a no-brainer. The new headlights are so much brighter than the original headlights, even though the original headlights were so much brighter than a lot on the market today. What about features? Your Morimoto XB headlight did have some features. We'll start on the turn signal. You were able to choose between a standard blink turn signal or a sequential turn signal by simply unplugging or plugging the little plug on the back side. For the XB Evo Hybrid, it's just a standard on-off blinking turn signal, but if you opted for the Mac Daddy of them all, you can get the option to have a standard blink turn signal or a sequential turn signal. As far as the daytime running light goes, is where things get a little bit more complicated. As you can see, this one is an amber daytime running light, your original Morimoto XB headlight. And if you wanted a white daytime running light, you would have to completely buy a different headlight. It's a totally different SKU, you can't switch between the two. You also can't with the XB Hybrid, but for the Morimoto XB Evo, you can switch between a white or an amber color DRL. There's 4 different plugs on the back side of the new headlights where you can choose between the black key, the red key, the green key, or the blue key. All keys change the way that the headlight operates. One key has a white daytime running light and a sequential turn signal. Another does a white daytime running light and a standard blink turn signal, and so on and so forth. If you got a Raptor or a modified F-150, no doubt you should go with this so you can just customize the way that it looks when it's on your vehicle. The way that the light is emitted from the daytime running lights are even different. Your daytime running light on your original Morimoto XB housing is bright, but it's not nearly as bright from all angles as the new headlights are. No matter which angle you're standing at, looking at the vehicle, the daytime running light is going to be equally as intense, whether you're in the front of the vehicle or the side of the vehicle. Now, a real common feature you see today on aftermarket headlights is this startup sequence. On a bunch that we ordered, they had a startup sequence, and I think it's just a standard in today's industry for aftermarket lights. Your original headlights from Morimoto did not have that startup sequence like the newer Morimoto products do have, but thankfully they integrated it into the all-new headlight. Side note, if you had that supercharged driver on the backside of the hybrid headlight, you could also get that startup sequence, but it won't include those one-bangers that are down here, that high beam assist. Something we found out. I really like the startup sequence. It does nothing for performance, but when you hit that unlock key or you start your vehicle, it just looks super cool and tells everybody that you've modified your vehicle and you mean business. I don't know if Morimoto was drinking on the job when they were designing these new headlights, but I think that one person had way too much time on their hands because they kept packing in more technology that we've never seen in a headlight, like a heater function. If you're driving your F-150 in the middle of the winter and it's cold as hell outside, sometimes the LEDs inside of an aftermarket housing won't get hot enough to then melt the snow and ice on the face of your headlight housing. The XB Evo will not have that issue because there is this heater function that allows you to melt the snow and ice that builds up on the front end of your headlight. It really does a good job, but it only does it in the right conditions. It will not turn on when you're driving around during the day when it's hot outside to avoid this thing burning up. That's the last thing you want it to do. I'm sold on the F-150 headlights. I've been at Headlight Revolution reviewing lighting products for over 10 years. This is the best headlight I've ever seen come out of Morimoto lighting because they've got those one bangers integrated into that high beam assist. I think that's super cool. They've got every other feature they've ever decided to pack into a headlight, and then the cherry on top. I think the F-150 headlight is a no-brainer to upgrade from the Morimoto XB to the new headlights, but I really want you guys to be the decision maker. All three of these are adjustable, so if your truck is raised or it's lowered, you can still aim that lighting exactly where you need to. And then they all look a little bit different. As you can see, this one is totally blacked out. Then you got the Morimoto XB Evo Hybrid, where it's a little bit more reminiscent of your original XBs. And then the XB Evo has those titanium shrouds around those projectors, and it just looks so cool. It gives the headlight so much definition when the headlight is off. One of the last major improvements the new headlights have over the old headlights is this hard formulated coating. When you're outside and you're leaving your vehicle outside, you're gonna have less fading, less sun damage, you're not gonna have any issues on the internals of the headlights, whereas some of these might be getting a little bit sun faded, especially if they've been on your vehicle for 4 or 5 years. These headlights won't have that issue. The warranty is the exact same as the original XB headlights. You've got a 5-year warranty throughout, and that'll cover you for anything and everything that you possibly need, so you really don't have to worry about these things failing on you. The 5-year warranty still counts even if you had that supercharged driver put in the backside of your headlight. You gotta check out our shootout. If it's not online yet, it will be very soon. We did a massive test where we took 10-ish headlights and compared them to each other to try to find the best aftermarket headlight for the F-150. And of course, we've also tested off-road pod lights, tail lights, fog lights, and so much more. Go to headlightrevolution.com, type in your year, make, and model so you can get lights that are actually tested for your Ford.